Recently, we learned from press accounts, not from the agency, but from press accounts, that the CFPB was spending tens of millions of dollars to collect Americans' credit data. We've learned from the recent IRS, Associated Press, and NSA scandals what happens when government agencies cross the line and watch our citizens instead of watching out for them. There's a trust deficit in government today. During the last several months, I've raised significant concerns with the CFPB's data collection efforts. I've been told that the Bureau needs big data to level the playing field. However, the Bureau's efforts go far beyond simply leveling the playing field. Unfortunately, for an agency that prides itself on transparency, I've encountered very little concrete answers to very basic questions. For example, I've asked the Bureau on 3 occasions to give me information on the number of Americans' credit accounts that the CFPB is currently monitoring. In response, the CFPB said the information was confidential and could not be supplied. Information coming from last week's hearing in the House Financial Services Committee indicates that the CFPB is undertaking unprecedented data collection on possibly hundreds of millions of Americans' accounts, possibly as many as 900 million credit card accounts in the United States. The size of this data collection and the amount of money being spent by the agency are a cause of concern, and should be for those Americans whose financial and credit data is being sent to the Bureau each and every single month. The CFPB is collecting credit card account data, bank account data, mortgage data, and student loan data. In addition, the Bureau has hired third parties to act as its agents to collect, aggregate, and produce consumer credit data on behalf of the agency. Some contracts even contain instructions to follow specific consumer accounts over time. This ultimately allows the CFPB to monitor on a monthly basis an individual consumer's financial activity. Some of the data collected and provided to the CFPB monthly includes account balances, zip code +4 location data, the year of birth, and other demographic information. Thus, the CFPB can know how much you owe, how much money you have, how much you pay each month, and where you live within a few blocks. Questions still remain about what type of personal information is collected by the CFPB and what is collected by the agency's contractors. But without the structural changes to the agency that we are asking for, it's hard to get answers to the question. Those who are trying to paint our demands as being extraordinary need to look at the extraordinary data collection and actions of this agency and look at our regulatory landscape with similarly situated financial regulators. Those who are trying to portray these demands as another attempt to water down consumer protection need to realize that consumer protection divested from safety and soundness does not make for a better financial system or for greater benefit to consumers.